Welcome to class, students. Today, we'll be looking at a very vital topic titled Communication Channel. A communication channel is the medium through which a message travels from the sender to the intended recipient. So, in communication, we have the sender and the recipient, that is the receiver. Channels can be broadly classified into four primary categories. We have the written channel, the face-to-face, the electronic, and non-verbal channel. Communication channel, you can see it, the written, the face-to-face, the electronic, and non-verbal. Classification of communication channels with example. We have the verbal channels. The verbal channels examples are face-to-face conversations, telephone calls, video conferences, voice messages, audio recordings. In the written channels, we have the email/newsletters, letters or newsletters. We have the memos and reports and documents. We have the text messages. We have the instant messaging, and we have the social media posts. In the non-verbal channels, we have the body language, the facial expressions, the gestures, eye contact, posture, physical touch, or have the personal speech, which is also known as proxemics. We have the digital and electronic channels, which are the video conferencing platform such as Zoom and Teams. We have the social media network, the blogs. We have the collaboration tools, that's the Slack and Discord, and we have the website. We have the formal channel. Examples are the official organizational communications, corporate reports, annual meetings, official notices, and press releases. The informal channels, those are casual conversation. We have one-on-one conversation with our friends, our classmates, our family members. Grapevine, grapevine communication, water cooler discussion, personal network, and social gatherings in church, in the mosques, and camps. We have the visual channels. Those are the presentation, for seminar presentation, project presentation, the infographics, the chart and graphs, the pie chart, histogram. We have the posters, we have the videos, the photographs and diagrams. The organizational channel includes the vertical, that is top down, bottom up, the horizontal, peer to peer, and diagonal, that is cross departmental. Key consideration in choosing a communication medium. There are things to consider in order to choose a very effective medium for proper and effective communication. We have the audience characteristic. You need to understand the target audience preference and accessibility. You need to know what their interest is, what they like. You need to study your target audience. Another one is matching the medium to the audience communication capabilities. And let me repeat that. Matching the medium to the audience communication capabilities. You need to know the audience, what they are capable of, what they are capable of understanding, their IQ, in order to match the best medium that is fit in order to understand and comprehend your message. Time and distance factors. This is another factor you need to check. That is the speed of message transmission, geographical constraints, urgency of communication, rapid media options, telephone, email, and fax. We also have the confidentiality of requirements. That is sensitivity of the message, need for message security, appropriate channels for sensitive information, then avoiding potentially compromising communication method. These are the factors we need to. We've talked about the audience characteristic, the time and distance factor, the confidentiality requirement. Another is transmission accuracy. precision of data transfer, complexity of the message, reliability of the chosen medium. The reliability consideration includes delivery, dependability, verification methods, comparative reliability of different channels, that is ad delivery or regular mail. We have cost and efficiency, that is financial implication of the communication, cost effectiveness of different media. You need to check how costly it is. Then balancing expense with communication is, you need to balance your expenses, how friendly in terms of expenses or cost. Another thing to check is documentation and record keeping. There is availability of hard copies, the archival capabilities, the long-term record preservation, communication formality, that is matching medium to message tone, emotional content consideration, contextual appropriateness. Then the message complexity is another factor you need to check when choosing a communication medium. The emotional nuances, the depth of communication required, and ability of the medium to convey subtle meanings. Strategic communication channel selection. What are the strategy of selecting communication channel? We have effective communication involves carefully selecting the most appropriate channel based on message content, audience characteristic, organizational content, communication objective, and practical constraints. Communication skill. Communication starts when two or more people need to exchange information. Sometimes one of your co-workers wants to ask a question, is a form of communication. Perhaps you want to ask your boss something, perhaps you want someone to do something for you. Each of these situations involves communication, or you want to relate a message to a particular person, your friend, your colleague, or your boss. It has to pass through a medium of communication. Talking is not the same thing as communicating. Communicating is more complicated. It often involves listening and speaking skillfully as you interact with people who are fearful, angry, or frustrated. You meet different kind of people when communicating. You meet people with different caliber, different character, different temperament. There are people that are fearful, there are people that are angry, there are people that are shy, there are people that are frustrated. So communication is more complicated. You need to acquire skill in order to be able to communicate effectively. Miscommunication occurs when we fail to communicate clearly. Many times it many times it is the cause of conflict in the first place. Giving feedback. Feedback means giving information back to someone. When we think about feedback, most of us think of it as an opportunity to give someone our opinion about something he or she did. The main purpose of feedback is to make the situation better next time. When you offer a feedback in business, think about the following. When you want to offer a feedback in business, you have to think about the following. Be clear about what you want to say to the person. Focus on positive rather than negative aspects of the performance. Be positive. Look at the positive aspects. You should not be full of condemnation. Everything. Learn to encourage people in your words and when communicating. Be specific and use people's names and project names rather than pronouns like him, her, it, that, and them. Focus on behavior, not the person. So focus on the person's behavior and not the person. Explain what should be changed about the behavior. When you want to talk about somebody's behavior, you need to explain to the person in a polite and loving way. Be descriptive about the change you desire rather than evaluating the behavior as good or bad. Avoid generalizing words like always, never, or all. So these are everything you need to know about giving feedback. Listening well is also a part of communication. To be more effective listener, mentally summarize what a speaker is saying. Always summarize what the speaker is saying. Listen between the lines to the tone of the person's voice. Weigh any evidence the person provides in stating his or her position. As you listen, think about what is in the message for you. What do you gain? What will you gain from this message? How can you benefit from what the speaker is saying? Fight distraction and concentrate on the person and the message. Avoid judging speaker until they are finished. Most of us have that judgmental attitude. Avoid judging speaker until they have finished offering all the evidence that supports their position. Don't get distracted by the speaker's poor communication habits. Skip over the delivery errors and focus on the message. Look for central ideas that are the main point of the conversation. Trying to keep eye contact with the speaker and help the speaker along by showing an active body posture. Yes, we can also help the speaker by showing active body posture, to try to keep eye contact with them, and somehow it's a way of supporting and encouraging the speaker. Good listener listen with their faces as well as their ears to help remember what was said. Take notes during the talk or immediately after the speaker. Thank you for listening.